Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to make this lovely high-waisted skirt I wore in the video and also in the picture. It is perfect for summer if you want to show some legs, and of course that's allowed during summer. I placed my fabric on the fold and I'm marking 1 inch. This 1 inch is for the zipper allowance. So I'm trying to get 1 inch across that pink line you can see. Then afterwards, I'm marking 1 inch at the hemline as well. That is what I'm going to use to hem the skirt. I'm going to put the link in the down below, just in case you've not seen this pattern that I made. After marking 1 inch, I'm using my ruler to draw out the line. Because I want a band for my skirt, I'm going to fold this part on the line, and this will serve as my band. Now I'm marking half an inch, which will be for hemming the skirt to the band. Then I drew out a line. Then on the side as well, I'm marking half an inch. That will be for my sewing allowance. So I'm going to draw a line to connect the lines I just made as well. This is the back pattern, which has the 1 inch zipper allowance, and that's what I'm pointing to. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the skirt out, and our back pattern is finished. I went ahead to notch the dart, and this will give me an idea of where to start my dart. And here our back pattern is finally cut out. I went ahead to open up the folded part because this is where I'll be inserting the invisible zip. This is the front part, and I cut it off camera because my camera battery decided to surprise me. You know what I mean. To cut the front pattern, I placed the pattern on a folded fabric. I left half inch at the seam allowance, and also 1 inch at the hemming allowance, and also half inch at the side seam allowance. So here is what it looks like when I spread it out. I used the pattern for another skirt project, that's why you have the paper tape there. Okay, now we're going to cut our band. Remember I folded the band earlier on, so I'm just folding the dart out because I wouldn't need the dart for the band. I'm going to cut out the band like so. To cut the band, we're going to place the pattern on a fold like this. So you fold your fabric like so, then you fold it again. So you fold it again like so, and place it at the edge. So your fabric is folded into 4 at this point. And we're going to mark half inch for the sewing allowance. So I'm marking half inch on the side, and also where I'm going to join it to the skirt, to half inch on both sides like so, and cut it out. The front band is ready, so this is what it looks like when I spread it out. I'll place it aside and go on and cut the back pattern, sorry, the back band. So I placed my fabric on fold just like the front, and I left 1 inch for the zipper. Then I'm going to leave half inch on the side and where I'm going to sew it to the skirt as well. So just watch what I'm doing so it's like self-explanatory. So I have half inch right there where I'm marking, and half inch at the side as well, just right there. Then we cut it out. I went on to remove the clips so that I can cut the zipper seam. So here is what it looks like, and here is my front band. Now I'll go ahead to cut my lining. I'm just sharing my lining into half. I actually want a short lining. I'm sharing it into half. One will be for the front pattern and the other one will be for the back. So I'm going to place the front pattern first. So that is what I'm marking. I'm marking ½ inch at the edge where I'm going to sew it to the band, and ½ inch at the side as well. I'm going to use my ruler to connect it like so. After cutting the front lining, I'm going to notch the darts like this. And here our pattern is ready. The lining is ready. Then I'll go ahead and cut the front with the same pattern. It's just one pattern I've been using all along. So I'm going to leave 1 inch. That's what I'm marking at the edge. That will be for my zipper as well. Then I'm placing something on it so that it doesn't move. Then I'm marking ½ inch, same as what I did to the front. I'm going to connect it with ruler. Then I mark ½ inch at the side as well and connect it with ruler. Those are for my sewing allowance. I'll connect the lines I made and cut them out. Then I'll go ahead and notch the dart, same as what I did to the front. And I'm opening the zipper part like so. So our lining is ready and all our fabric is prepared. And I have a fusible stay that I have to iron on the band. Fusible interfacing is used to stiffen fabric. It's going to make the band a little bit hard so that it's going to sit well on your waist. It's not going to be moving around. So I'm going to place it wrong side together. That's what I'm doing. The wrong side has a rough edge, so I'm going to just cut the shape of the band like this. Fusible interfacing is optional, but it's actually good if you have it. But if you don't, you can just go ahead and just start sewing your fabric. But it makes the clothes sit really well on your body. That's what it's used for. So I'll go and iron the fusible stay on the band. So that's what I'm wearing. I'm ironing the wrong side. So to iron the fusible stay, you're just going to place it upright so that it doesn't stick to your iron. And you're going to just apply heat without moving it. Like I'm just pressing it, as you can see. I also use the iron to press the band into half. I press the 3 pieces into half. Now I'm going to be pinning my dart. So I'm just pinning my dart. I'm using pin on the dart leg. I'm going to show you a closer look of how I pin the dart when I get to the sewing machine. So now I'm just pinning all the darts of the lining, and I'm going to do the same for the main fabric as well. So here is a closer look of my notch dart. Remember we notched it in the beginning, and here is where the pin is, and that's where the dart leg is. So I'm going to just fold the dart leg together. Just watch me closely. So I'm folding it together, and I'm going to run a stitch. Like it's like a triangle stitch, it's going to be slant anyway. So I'm going to run a stitch to meet this point. So just watch closely. Just inserting the dart in my foot. The machine foot. Then I'll be stitching it. I'm just back stitching so that it doesn't come off. So you can see it's going in a slant position. It has to meet that point. Took out the needle, then I backstitch at that point as well. And that's how you sew that. Here's a closer look. That's the wrong side, and this is how the right side looks like. So I'm going to do the same to all the dots on the fabric, all the places I notch, both the main fabric and also the lining. Don't forget to trim the excess thread as you go, because you want a clean finish when you finish sewing. You don't want to start looking for the threads on the fabric. So don't forget to just cut the thread as you go. So here I'm still closing up my dot. If you're watching my channel for the first time and if this video was helpful to you, don't forget to subscribe and also give it a thumbs up, and do share with your friends and family. Thanks. I went ahead to give my lining and fabric a good hot iron press. So now I'm going to be sewing the sides. So I'm placing the fabric's right sides together to join the seam allowance at the side. So I'm going to pin it to make it easier for us to do. So I'm just placing it, I'm pinning it, and I'm going to sew it at half-inch seam allowance. Remember, it's half-inch that we left, so I'm going to sew both sides, and I'm going to do the same for the lining as well. I like sewing in batches because it makes it easier. I don't have to keep going and coming. So here is what I'm doing, just sewing it at half-inch seam allowance, just like so. Be sure to take out your pins when sewing. You don't want the pin to spoil the teeth of the sewing machine. I went ahead to sew the lining as well at half-inch, just like the main fabric. Then I hemmed it. I hemmed the lower part at about 2 centimeters, just to give it a clean finish. This is how my pattern piece looks like after joining them together, and this is my lining as well. So I'm just going to join the band. I'll join the band so that it's one piece. So I took the front pattern, I spread it out, and I'm placing the back pattern to the side. So I'm just going to join it right side facing each other, and I'm going to run it at half-inch. But make sure you're not stitching the part that is for the zipper. Make sure it's the part that is for the hip. You're joining to the hip. Ignore the lightning. It's the sun doing its work. It decided to really shine bright. It's nice anyway because it's warm outside. So I'm just going to place the right side of my fabric to the right side of my band. So I'm just placing the seam together and pinning it. That's what I'm doing. I'm just placing the seam together. I'm pinning the right side to the right side. And I'm going to sew it at half an inch that I left for the sewing allowance. As I'm sewing it, I'm just opening the seam of the band so that it doesn't become bulky when I'm closing it up. So you have to open the seam of the band. This will give it a really nice and flat look. This is what it looks like after joining the band to the main fabric. Now I'll be attaching my lining. So I'm pinning the right side of my lining to the right side of my band. And I'm opening the seam so that I can pin it, just like I did for the main pattern. So I'm just going to pin it all the way, just like you can see in the video. I went ahead to sew it at half an inch seam allowance that I left earlier on, and this is what it looks like. It's a clean finish. It's a very neat finish, and this is what I advise because you actually want to make your work as neat as possible. Now I'm going to insert my zipper. The next video I'm going to be showing you how I insert an invisible zipper, but I'm going to do this one off camera. So now I'm just trying to mark where I'm going to place the invisible zipper. I left an opening for my zipper and I stick the remaining down. Afterwards, I went on to hem it at 1 inch. Remember, it was 1 inch, so I hemmed it at 1 inch. And this is what my skirt looks like right now. I already fixed the invisible zipper off camera. My next tutorial, I'll be making a detailed tutorial on how I sew invisible zip, so don't forget to watch it. My pencil skirt is almost ready at this point. I just need to close the opening of the zipper. So to close the opening of the zipper, I'm going to fold the right side of the fabric to the right side of the lining, like so, and I'm going to stitch it at 1 inch all the way. So I'll be taking it to my sewing machine. So I just placed the right side together, as you can see, and I'm trying to tuck in the zipper fly, and I'm going to sew it just very close to the zipper. So I'm using my hand to feel the zipper while I'm sewing it. That's what I'm doing. Just using my hand to feel the zipper so that I don't go on the zipper or I don't extend my hand outwards. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Also share with your friends and family. Give me a like if this video was useful for you. Also turn on your notification button to get notified if any new video is uploaded. Here I'm just closing up the other opening of the zipper, and afterwards I'm done. So this is the final look of the skirt, and this is the inner look. You can see how neat it is, and this is what we want to achieve. See you in the next tutorial.